My friend Chris Hillman and I decided to start White Star a couple of years ago now. We wanted to make a label that would encompass anything we particularly took the fancy of and feel passionate about. I think that the remit is basically anything that we like and we think might do well, we want to put our efforts into.
Well, White Star came about after I first got to know John when asked him if he'd do a mix of a band that was on my other label, Magic Eye, called Flutacious. We started chatting, got to know each other quite well, and I just asked him why he'd never done a label, because he had so many bands through his studio. And he said he'd always wanted to, and then it just, I can't remember who actually first said, yes, let's do it, but between us it was like, yeah, well, let's do this, and that's how it all came about. Like a straight music video, and there could be an interview one with some sections of stuff in it.
The initial plan for the label is we've just put out the White Star EP. That's a collection of 4 songs.
Nostalgia Factory.
Oh, fuck's sake. I fucking hate this. The initial plan for the label, our initial release is called the Nostalgia Factory, which is a collection of 4 songs, 2 of which I absolutely love, 2 of which Chris absolutely loves. We both love them equally altogether, but there were 2 that Chris chose, 2 that I chose. So that's just to launch the label. Next up, we've assigned a young lady by the name of Kim Seviour to the label, and I'm currently writing and producing an album with her, with a look at releasing that sort of mid-March.
No.
Finished? No, fuck's sake! Right. Don't even fucking give me dates. Right. So, just start again. So initially, our first signing to the label is a young lady called Kim Seviour, who you may know from her work with a 5-piece beat combo Touchstone. And basically we wanted to make an album that encompasses a sort of a general flow of prog rock and extreme rock as well. Kim grew up in the 90s, she's a child of the 90s, so a lot of her bands you like there sort of did the sort of new metal-y thing, kind of we wanted to incorporate elements of that. And a bit of prog to keep the kids on Prog Street happy. Of course, there are no kids on Prog Street. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting it done. We're about 3 tracks in at the moment, and it's sounding great.
Ooh. Oh, that's amazing.
Wow.
That's cool. It looks alright.
Oh, it's wicked.
Okay. I think if all you do for a living is music, people forget this. I think people that say, oh, there is no time to do, how do you find the time to do all the things that you do? Well, actually, if you don't sort of go into work every day, 9 to 5, then actually things do become a lot easier. And I'm not very good at scheduling, I'm the first person to admit it. I sometimes bite off more than I can chew, but you know, I'm still here after all these years without a heart attack. I'll just have to make the time.
Restricted by 2 hands.
Oh yeah.
Rubbish!
It's come out, or I think there you go. Don't know who that is.
John's like a ninja. I've told him this. Sort of when he's asked me to put anything down for him, I've seen him sort of putting songs together, and it's just, and it's just done. I'm in awe as how fast he does it, but he's really good. He's really on it and knows what he's doing.
Oh, you got a production credit and everything.
We've got a song called Fantasise To Realise, which we're releasing as a little single, originally written by a group called Astralasia, and decided to have a bit of fun with that one, and we look forward to getting that one out.
White Star Records.
But we might change it.
We might change it, but I'll give you my thoughts as we go along.
Yeah.
After the Astralasia single, I'll be working on an album with John, which we're looking to release later on in the year, so it's all very exciting.
Kim, as I say, is a fantastic singer, and I'm not to the detriment of Touchstone, but I've always felt that perhaps, you know, because Touchstone was effectively 2 people singing, I just thought it'd be good to do something with Kim whereby we kind of write music that's sort of more around her artistic stylings and her vocal range, because I think sometimes, obviously, when you're writing songs for a band, you don't necessarily consider, you know, what is a good key to do a song in, and I think a lot of the time some of the songs weren't necessarily comfortably sat with her vocal range, and that's something I really want to address. But ultimately, she's a fantastic singer, and I just think it'd be a brilliant thing to collaborate with her on something. I've always thought that we should be, you know, at some point we were going to work together, and this is that moment. You know.
So at the moment, that's between her 2 bits of vocals at the moment.
Yeah, it is. Okay. I can't figure that guy out. Sometimes it's like ding 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 ding, John ding 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 John, can you take this from next door, please? Yeah, no problem. Today's like maybe he's taking some Valium or something.
Is that the same?
Unbelievable. What? Yeah.
That's the same.
Yeah. You know, running up the road. John, I've got a parcel there for you. John. Hi, mate. Yeah. Have you got any ID? The Nostalgia Factory EP, and indeed the Nostalgia Factory track is it's an old song, very old song, back in the days of cassette, and it was on a very early Porcupine Tree album, and it's something I wasn't even aware of until Chris brought it to my attention, and it's quite rudimentary. I think is the original version is extremely rudimentary. It does have a sort of a naivety about it, which is quite charming. I think Steve would probably tell you it's not his most glorious hour. It was certainly a man finding his feet in his genre, as it were, and it's kind of an upbeat thing, and we just wanted to give it a 21st century makeover. So hopefully that's what we've done. And yes, all that also tune on the vocal is deliberate.
Chris, what does Steve Wilson think about your, or rather, the White Star interpretation of the Nostalgia Factory track, and indeed what does he think about the original version, in hindsight?
I'll do this as a serious answer after that. Well, when we first mentioned to Steve that we were going to record a version of the Nostalgia Factory, he actually said, why on earth do you want to do that? That's just something I did 25 years ago, which isn't so great. But then, and I just said, well, I've always thought it would have something. I was quite pleased then when we recorded it, we played it. You know, John's good friends with Steve, and he sent him a version of it to have a listen to. I remember catching up with Steve somewhere, and I said, so what did you think of it? And he said, I think it's great. So yeah.
It Won't Be Easy is a song that was I remember from when I was a wee lad. It's one of the ones that I chose. It was on the TV show Star Cops, which really wasn't around for a very long time. It was quite a low budget TV show, but I had a great fondness for it. David Calder was the lead role. You might know him from various, BBC One dramas and whatnot. He's he's a great actor, and it was a vehicle. It was overreaching. I think there was a bit of argument during the show's production between the director and the writer. It didn't last very long. I was very fond of it, and I was always really kind of the epicness of the theme music always caught me. I didn't know who it was at the time. Didn't know anything about Justin Hayward or any of that. And here we are all these years later, and it just seemed to sort of tie into what I'm doing with my other project. I just like the nature of the song. It's a brilliant song. The original version is a little bit 80s in places. It sounds like a cross between Blake Seven and Bergerac. So I've kind of tried to sort of take away some of those 80s-ish elements and leave some of them in. I'm a child of the 80s. I can't help that. Everything's going to sound a bit Top Gun whenever I get involved with it. But to the best of my ability, I think we've taken what one might call cheesy aspects out of the original production. But it's a song that's very close to my heart, and I'm very fond of it. Phil Collins. The track 3, Take Me Home, is a song by Phil Collins, and it's one of his lesser known hit singles, which is a shame because I actually think it's one of his most epic. The chord changes are I don't know, it's kind of a bleak song in a way. I found out that he wrote it about a mental patient, which everyone thinks it's about, the video where he's filming himself running around the world in various different exotic locations, belies the actual intent behind the lyric, which is about a man who's locked up in a care home. Apparently, is what Phil told us. I've always loved that song. It's very repetitive in some ways, but it's got an epic vocal, and I just wanted to see if I could sing it. And it's a bit of a struggle because he sings a little bit higher than me, as everyone does. But hopefully I've done it some justice, and Kim sings brilliant chorus harmonies on it, and hopefully people will remember this and be as fond of it as I was back in the day. I was approached by Jerry Ewing, and the idea was Prog Magazine were going to run a feature on ELP, and the cover mount disc was going to be a collection of better known prog artists covering various ELP songs. And everybody did it, everybody contributed to it, everybody recorded their song. I think myself and Alan Reed both ended up recording C'est La Vie. Obviously my version is far superior. Just kidding, Alan. It was a song that I did, and as usual I left it to the last minute. I think I recorded it in an evening upstairs, and I didn't know the song from Adam, to be honest with you, when I was first asked to do it. I've never really followed ELP. I don't know a lot about them. I know of the heritage and how much people hold them dear to their hearts. It wasn't something I grew up listening to, but again, it's a good song. It's one of their less proggy or complicated songs. So yeah, it's great fun to do, and finally it gets to see the light of day.
Who knows? Who cares for me?
Fucking what?
Shall I tell you the truth? Or no, I like working with John. John's got great creative ideas. Sometimes tying him down with it. I think he mentioned about his scheduling, and yes, but that's fine. It's good fun. It's never a dull moment. You never know quite what's going to happen, and I still don't know what's going to happen with this label in the future. But whatever happens, I think we're going to have fun with it. Was that bollocks?
What can I say? I'm a pain in the arse.
Oh, I didn't say that.
No, cool. Yeah, thanks, guy. Yeah, Chris is like the. I see it. The way I see it is this. It's kind of like good cop, bad cop. I'm bad cop, right? Chris is calm cop. I'm Fireball XL5 cop, and hopefully, yin and yang. Somewhere in the middle will be the lukewarm water. Yeah.
Yeah, spot on. I like that. I couldn't have said that better, really.
So, chaps, if you want to see what we're up to, or you're interested in giving us a follow on Facebook, come and visit us. That's www.facebook.com/White Star Label, or visit our website, which is www.whitestarlabel.com. white-star-records.com.